Attention duelists. Let's get right into the games. Master Duel Monday, watch and learn. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you all are picking up your number 41 Baguska Terribly Tired Tapir duel mates. I thought was an April Fool's bit. They'll actually open the game. Guess I am the April Fool now. Hey, Leo. Haven't seen one of you in forever. Opponent activates Void Apocalypse, using the effect to discard a card to send a fiend from deck to graveyard. And I discard another copy of Void Apocalypse. Send away Stygian Street Patrol. Summon Archfiend Eris, activate Sky Iris, pop the Eris, add Odd Eyes Revolution Dragon to hand. Eris effect, they get to add Infernity Archfiend to hand. Revolution Dragon, discarding it, paying 500, getting Supreme King Dragon Darkworm to hand. Place it in the Pendulum Scale, use its effect. Put Supreme Gate 0, then Pendulum Summon 2 Infernity Archfiends, which their effects will activate. 1 getting Infernity Launcher. The other unable to resolve because they then have a card in hand. Overlays their 2 monsters for number 60, Dugares the Timeless. Sets their launcher, use Dugares effect, attaching 2, summon back Infernity Archfiend, getting Infernity Necromancer. Stygian Street Patrol in the graveyard, banish itself, summon the Necromancer. Necromancer effect, summon back the other Archfiend, use effect, getting Infernity Sage. 1 Archfiend and 1 Necromancer will link together, making Barricade Borg Blocker. BB blocks will then drop the Infernity Sage, which will send away a Necromancer, activates Infernity Launcher, using its effect, sending itself away, summoning back the 2 Necromancers. Necromancer will target Sage, summon it back. Then Archfiend, Sage, and Necromancer will all sync together. For Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Trishula's effect will activate, banishing 1 card from the opponent's hand. Necromancer effect, summon back Archfiend. Archfiend, add Infernity Mirage. Sends away a bunch of his monsters, everything but Archfiend. Makes Saryuja Skull Dread with 4 different name materials. Using its effect, summoning Infernity Mirage. Mirage will then tribute itself when back the 2 Necromancers. Necromancer effect, summon back Sage. Sage and Archfiend will sync together. Make Infernity Doom Archfiend. Necromancer effect, summon back the Sage. Sync together the Sage and the Necromancers. For 100 Eyes Dragon. 100 Eyes using its effect, banishing Mirage. Using its effect, tributing itself, summon back the 2 Necromancers. Necromancer effect, summon back the Sage. Sync together Sage and Archfiend. For Psy Framelord Omega. Necromancer effect, summon back the Archfiend. Archfiend effect, pop the Framelord. Saryuja Skull Dread will then be used as material for World Sea Dragon Zelantis. Zelantis, banish all the monsters on the field, then summons back Necromancers, itself, and Archfiend. They're treated as new instances, so their effects go off again. Necromancer summons back the Sage. Psy Framelord will return itself to the extra deck and return Archfiend Launcher, or Infernity Launcher. Remakes the Psy Framelord. Necromancer, summon back the Archfiend. Archfiend, add Infernity Launcher. Both Necromancers will overlay. Make Leviair the Sea Dragon. Leviair will detach 1 material, target Infernity Mirage, summon it back. Then uses all monsters except for Mirage. Link them all together. Make Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. Activates Infernity Launcher. Activates Mirage's effect. Distributing itself, summon back the 2 Necromancers. Necromancer summons back the Archfiend. Archfiend, add a second Infernity Launcher. Activates that launcher. Second Necromancer, summon back the Sage. Sage, Archfiend, and Necromancer. Make Trishula once again. a card out of the opponent's hand. Launcher sends itself away. Summons back Archfiend and Necromancer. Archfiend effect. Get this creepy little punk. Necromancer effect. Bring back the Sage. Frame Lord, return itself and the second Trishula from the graveyard to the extra deck. Then syncs together, making that second Trishula. Third time for the three-headed dragon. Rips Paleozoic Candadia out. Then both Trishulas are going to overlay. Make Phantom Fortress and Blethian. Using its effect, detach material. Banish Wabako from the opponent's hand. Infernity Launcher effect. Summons back Necromancer and the Archfiend Synchro. Doom Archfiend. The other Necromancer brings back the Sage. Syncs together Necromancer and the Sages. 100 Eyes Dragon once again. 100 Eyes Banish Mirage again. Then use its effect, tribute itself. Summon back the Necromancers. Necromancer, summon back the Sage. Sage and Doom Archfiend make Frame Lord Omega. Necromancer, summon back Sage. Sage and Omega make Baron de Fleur. Frame Lord, return itself and Leviair. Both Necromancers overlay to make Leviair. Leviair detach material. Summon back Mirage. Baron pop Leviair. Mirage tribute itself. Summons back Necromancer and Doom Archfiend. Necromancer bring back Sage. Sage and Doom Archfiend makes the Frame Lord Omega. Omega banish the last card of the opponent's hand and itself, activates Creepy Punk, summons back the Doom Archfiend. Barricade Borg Blocker will then return Infernity Launcher during the end phase. He has ripped his opponent's entire hand. Pass turn. Opponent sets Fiend Griefing and passes. Lethal on board. Cards are returned by the Frame Lord Omega. Swing Appaloosa. Swing Baron. And Frame Lord Omega swings. Activates Fiend Griefing. Sending away King Backjack. Backjack will change the order of the cards on top of the deck. Sets Needlebug Nest. Activates it, sending away 5. The attack goes through. Good God, that was a long turn. Wild. Alright. I clicked on that one because I saw the Infernity and I wonder what he was up to. Now, look, we got some Unchained. Let's see what their new stuff is up to. Unchained versus Labyrinth. Activates Arias, the Labyrinth Butler, pitching itself to summon Lady Labyrinth. Sets 2, activates Gift Exchange. Both players have banished a card, pass it to the opponent. Opponent gets Little D. Sour. Player gets Aruha. Summons Tour Guide from the Underworld. Infinite Impermanence is dropped on her. Lady will chain, setting a different trap. That's the big welcome. Triple Tactics Thrust is activated, adding Triple Tack Talent. Activates Tack Talent. Destructive Daruma Cannon activates. Flips down all the monsters on field. Still steals the lady. Activates Dark Contract with the Gate, adding Vice King Requiem. Places him in the Pendulum Scale. Using his effect, popping the Gate Contract, summoning himself forward. And is used as solo material for Vicer King Makunex. Makunex will return the Gate from the graveyard to the deck, pop the opponent's set Big Welcome, links together the lady and Makunex to make Unchained Soul Lord of Yama, who will add, what is your name? Unchained Soul of Sharvara. Sharvara's effect will activate, popping the set Tour Guide to summon itself. Swings into the face with his 2 monsters. Main phase 2 links them together for Unchained Soul of Rage. Durava will set Escape of the Unchained. Activates Pot of Prosperity, banishing 6. Grabbing another Sharvara. And passing turn. Duelist A draws Max C. Summons the Maximum C. Crashes it against the Soul of Rage. They know they're done. We all know they're done. It's all over but the crying. Player summons Little D. Swings with the Soul of Rage, and Little D for game. You gotta appreciate the irony there. Alright, anyone else jumping out to me? This is Floodgates, you're disgusting. Bellstar Mirror Match. What's going on casual? Anyone fun over there? Alright, this guy's got a bunch of bugs. I wanna know what he's up to. Duelist A got some synchro fusing. Duelist B summons Barrier Statue of Drought. Maxi fired off. 1 card set in the back row and pass. Player draws Junk Converter. Activates Tuning, adding Junk Synchron. Sending away Reject Reborn. Uses Junk Converter's effect, pitching itself in Synchron to add a Junk Synchron. Summons that 1. Targeting Junk Converter. Opponent activates Gozen Match. Cannot summon it back. Locked into 1 attribute. Swings over the opponent's Statue of Drought. And passes. Duelist B summons Planet Pathfinder. Tributes it to add Extra Net. Activates Extra Net. Player draws Quick Draw Synchron. Summons Caligo Clawcrow. Syncs it together with his Junk Synchron for Junk Warrior. Junk Warrior's effect will activate. Extra Net will also activate. Player gets to draw a card. Activates Tuning, adding Assault Synchron. Sending away... What was that? Oh, Rotor. Uses Assault Synchron's effect, summoning itself. Sets a Miracle Synchro Fusion. Swings with Junk Warrior, and passes. If your opponent summons from the extra deck, you can activate this. Summons Resonance Insect, activates Bio Insect Armor. Putting it on the Resonance, moves to battle. Punches over Junk Warrior. Omni Dragon Brotar will activate to summon itself. Big Bug passes turn. Summons Junk Synchron. Junk Synchron targets the Clawcrow, summons it back. Syncs together for Garden Rose Maiden. Extra Net says draw a card. Maiden will get a Black Garden. Syncs together all of his monsters for Red Dragon Archfiend. Draws another card for Extra Net. Activates Black Garden. Move to battle. Punches. Opponent activates Infinite Antlion, which will equip itself to the Resonance Insect. No, I'm wrong. It equips itself with Max C? That's not Max C, that's Retaliating C. What is this guy up to? Anyway, Duelist B summoned a monster, so Duelist A gets a Rose token. Antlion will then pop the Retaliating C to pop the Red Dragon Archfiend. And he gets to add another Antlion thanks to Retaliating C's effect. As his turn. Bug player activates Extra Foolish, sending away Entis. Entis effect, popping the Black Garden. Summons Planet Pathfinder, then tributes it, adding another Extra Net. Moves to battle. Resonance Insect will punch over the Rose token, pops the equip card, and the opponent's set Miracle Synchro Fusion, which lets him draw a card. Passing turn, player draws Ash Blossom. Garden Rose Maiden will banish herself. Summon back Red Dragon Archfiend. That's a monster. Swings at the Antlion. Another Antlion is summoned from the hand, which will equip itself with Retaliating C. Red Dragon Archfiend effect, destroying all monsters he controls that did not attack, so he lost his own Turbo Synchron. Player sets an extra net over extra net, then sends away his antlion to summon Ultimate Great Insect. Ash Blossom effect in response to the Ultimate Great Insect. In response to Max C. Retaliating C. Too many bugs. Now the player activates extra net to not give their opponent a draw when they summon their Ultimate Great Insect. Summons a second Barrier Statue of Drought. Goes to attack. Ultimate Great will swing and automatically destroy the red dragon. Resonance, Drought, and Antlion all with the follow-up. Not looking too good for Duelist A. Draws for turn, opponent activates Max C. Summons Doppel Warrior. And he has accepted his fate. Passing turn, opponent will banish monsters from his graveyard, summons Bear Grum, which will then pop the Barrier Statue of Drought and the Doppel Warrior, summons Antlion, swings with Resonance, and Antlion for game. I think Gozen Match did the real heavy lifting in that duel. Alright, this duelist here is running 3 copies of Little D. I need to know why. For Unchained, activates Abomination's Prison, adding a Ruha. Sets a card, uses a Ruha to pop that card, summon self. Popped Escape of the Unchained, which will summon Sharvara. Sharvara and a Ruha will link together, make Lord Yama. Yama's effect will activate, Sharvara will chain. Sharvara, setting Abominable Chamber of the Unchained. Adds Sarama, thanks to Yama. Summons Sarama. Summons back Sharvara, but sets it. Then pops their chamber. Chamber was popped, which will then summon, from the deck, Unchained Soul of Shayama. Links those two together for Unchained Soul of Rage. Sets 1 card and passes. Opponent's turn activates Cup of Ace. Flip the coin. And lose the flip. Opponent draws 2, summons Little D, puts Gravity X Grarl on it, puts Power of the Guardian on it, activates Escape of the Unchained, targeting Yama and Power of the Guardians, pops both, activates a second Power of the Guardian, moves to battle, swings at the Soul of Rage, gets a counter, Soul of Rage is destroyed. Its effect will activate to summon back Aruha. Yama will activate, banishing itself. Summon back the Soul of Rage. Aruha added back to hand, not summoned. Player then activates Triple Tack Thrust. But the Ash Blossom is on standby to stop that nonsense. Activates the effect of Aruha, popping the set Sharvara to summon itself. Sharvara was sent to graveyard, sets Wailing of the Unchained Souls. Shayama's effect, popping Aruha, summon itself back. Brings out Sharvara, thanks to Aruha being popped. Links together all of his monsters for Unchained Abomination. Wailing will pop the Power of the Guardians. Abomination will pop Little D. Activates Dark Contract. Puts Requiem in the scale. Pops the contract, moves Requiem forward. Modulate the level. Turns into Divisor King Deus. Summons Effect Veiler. Divisor King. Return their gate. Pop the Wailing. Gain 1,000 life points. Swing with the Abomination. Swing Divisor. And for some reason, he summoned Effect Veiler. I don't know why. Passing turn. Player activates Unexpected Die. Max C in response. We all know what monster's showing up. It's Little D. Little D punches over Effect Veiler. Abomination will pop Little D. Next turn, Divisor King puts himself in the scale. Move right to battle, Unchained Abomination. Swing for game. All right. Do this one here. Egyptian God cards versus some weirdness. Player activates Red Eye's Fusion, fusing Red Eye's Soul and Mana Dragon Zarathian for Meteor Black Comet Dragon. Black Comet effect, send away Red Eye's Black Meteor, burn the opponent, sets a monster, and passes. Player summons Reactor Slime, using its effect, summoning 2 slime tokens. Activates Ancient Chant, getting Winged Dragon of Ra. Then, using Ancient Chant, tributes all of his monsters for the Winged Dragon. Ra will then give up the rest of his life points except for 100, take that as attack points, swings over the Black Comet, passes turn. Black Comet Dragon in Graveyard will activate, banishing itself to add a card. Ash Blossom says, no, you don't. Player flips up Evocator of Esk, summons Renaud, syncs his 2 monsters together for Angelica, Princess of Noble Arms. Also equipped him with Noble Arms of Haute Claire. Haute Claire, clear away the Winged Dragon of Ra, tribute Angelica, summon a dragon. Punch for game. Less exciting than I would have hoped. Let's do at least one random ranked. Well, it's not a great opener for him. 2 Maxis, Iron Dragon, and Imperm. Fires off Maxi immediately. Opponent activates Pot of Extravagance, banish 6, draw 2. Activates Time Tearing Morganite. Activates Necro Valley. Summons Jaugen, sets 2, and passes. You are disgusting. Draws Retaliating Sea for turn. Summons the Retaliator. Opponent uses Dogmatic Punishment, sending away Entis. Retaliating Sea's effect, adding Traptrix Mantis. Activates Imperm, targeting Jaugen. Opponent activates Solemn Judgment. Imperm is stopped. Passes turn. Time Tearing Morganite says draw 2. Summons Dogmatic Ecclesia, sets 1 card in the back row, swings, and passes. I'm guessing that back row is another punishment. Draws Armored Xyz. Activates Imperm, targeting Jaugen. Summons Mantis. Then activates the second punishment, just like I said. Punishment, sending away Fossil Warrior Skull Knight. Gets to add Pudica. And has to pass. Time Tearing Morganite says draw 2. Summons 2 Barrier Statue of Torrent. Man's a little gross. Player draws Max C. Summons Pudica, who gets to add Trap Trip Garden. Activates the Trap Trip. Passes turn. Morganite says draw 2. Summons Barrier Statue of Drought. Ecclesia swings at Pudica. Pudica will be protected by Trap Trip once. Then one of the Torrents will go over it. Second goes face, and Drought with the follow-up. Player at 300. A Regeki would be great right now. Gets Arachnocampa. Uses the extra summon to summon it. Swings over the Torrent. One of them. And this match is over. Time Tearing Morganite says draw 2. Summons his third Torrent. Swings with Ecclesia. Damage is done, but Arachnocampa will live thanks to Trap Trip. Draws Dionea. Turns Trap Trip to defense. Summons Dionea, who will swing over Ecclesia. Passes turn. Morganite says draw 2. Tributes Jaugen for D Shifter. Activates Nadir's Servant. Activates Clockwork Knight. Everything's a machine. And the opponent's monsters get weaker and yours get stronger. Torrent runs over Dionea, and that's the game. Not really the great way to end it, but I am a touch strapped for time. You guys hate when these go too long, and we really did open up with the strongest match of the day. So, I hope you all enjoyed watching Master Duel Monday Watch and Learn 105. I don't have any more outros than that. I was tempted to go for some sort of like shock jockey thing, 105 staying alive, but it's Monday. No one has that kind of energy. Hope you'll have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye.